Hey, it's me, Michelle, for WeFly. So, sorry for taking forever to get your video feedback. I've been on the road and it's been crazy. So, I've watched the video many times and it took a lot of notes, and I've been thinking about it a lot, actually. So it's been a lot of time thinking, and then finding time to get into the studio so I can just give you some feedback. So you shared with me your personal history and what you've gone through and how you feel about yourself in pole dancing. And first thing I want to say is you said something about how you're a little bit older than all the girls, and you aren't as strong, but you are very strong. I remember from the workshops and also just watching this video, you're doing, one-arm body spirals, Aisha, Allegra, extended butterfly. Like, those things require a lot of strength. And you have that strength. Just to be able to do those moves requires a lot of strength, a lot of skill, a lot of balance, and you have that. So don't think you're not strong. And if you have those abilities, then you can take those abilities and just make them greater and greater and greater. So you will just get stronger and stronger and stronger no matter what age you are at. So I just hope that you know that you are capable of very advanced, very difficult moves, and you are just as strong as anybody else. Don't forget that. So I don't know if you were channeling some emotions for this piece. What you had gone through with your cancer and divorce, it's very deeply, deeply personal. And no one else, even if they've gone through similar experiences, no one else will know what that felt like for you. And I don't know if you were channeling anything like that for this piece, but it seemed like it's kind of an angsty piece. There's a lot of emotion in it. That red elastic obviously symbolized something that was binding, and that you were, getting rid of it at some point. And I think there's a few things technically, that you can work on, and also just performance-wise, that I think might be what you feel like was holding you back or something. And I think what it is it reminds me a lot of a girl that I'm working with now. And there's a big difference between pole dancing in the studio, which is so personal, it's private, it's therapeutic. You don't care if people are looking at you. It's not about people looking at you. It's about what you're doing for yourself. When you're freestyling, when you're just moving, you're feeling a song, you're getting emotions out. It just feels really good. And it's personal, it's private, it's therapeutic. Just said all these things again. But when you are pole dancing on a stage, it is not for you. It is not personal anymore. It's not private. It's not therapy. It is a performance. So there's dancing in the studio, which I see as just the therapy part of pole dancing. And then there's dancing on a stage, which is blam, 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 blam in your face. Look at me do this. How awesome am I? I'm connecting with my audience. I'm giving it to them. I'm showing this amazing performance, and it's not about me at all. It's about giving giving face, giving technique, giving legs, giving musicality, just giving it to somebody else. So I feel like this performance, it was personal. I don't know how it was personal to you, but I felt like it was a very personal performance. The song choice, the movement choice, that red elastic, it was something personal to you. But I think there might have been a little bit of, I don't want to say a disconnect, because it wasn't a disconnect, but it was you were giving it maybe 40%, and you needed to give it 100% to your audience. And instead of making the performance something meaningful to you only, it had to be meaningful to you, but something that you're sharing and you're giving to the audience. So maybe they will feel what you're feeling at the same time. And I think that is practice. That is just performance practice. Getting up on a stage, getting comfortable, standing on a stage, looking out into an audience, being comfortable knowing that people are watching you and feeling how you can give to them. That's a really hard thing to do as a performer, and that really just comes from performing over and over and over and over. And the more you do it, the more comfortable you're going to feel in front of an audience, and knowing how to create something meaningful to you, but be able to express it in a very, very powerful way to your audience. So I think that was a major thing. I think it was a beautiful performance. It was very clear to me that it was personal, but it needed to come across to the audience more. They needed to experience in it more, instead of just thinking like they're in the audience watching you dance for you. They want to feel like you're giving them a show. So a couple things. That's one thing to think about. Just working on evoking